On January 1st of this year, I began my 11th year as mayor of Springdale. I want to first thank the people of Springdale for allowing me to serve in this office. It is truly an exciting time to be in Springdale. Thanks to our great business community and our hardworking residents, we are consistently one of the state's leaders in job creation. We also are tied with Bentonville for the lowest unemployment rate in Arkansas at 2.5%. On the revenue side, our city sales tax receipts are up 6.25% over the first 2 months of last year. We have so many great and exciting things happening in our city, and I'll just have time tonight to touch on a few of those. But before I get into some of the things that are coming, I'd like to highlight a few of our city departments. Our fire department, together with our water utility, dispatch center, and IT department, recently achieved an ISO 1 rating. This positively impacts property insurance rates for all of our residents. Also, last summer, the Springdale Fire Department received national accreditation. Our organization is now one of only a handful, actually maybe less than a handful, of departments statewide that hold both of these recognitions. Our police department also continues to excel, not only in keeping our city safe, but also by working with our community partners to continue improving ways to serve our residents. Thanks to the support of this council and the voters of Springdale, we will begin construction soon on a new facility that will further improve our public safety efforts across the board. Construction will also include a new radio system and CAD, along with new dispatch center and new IT facilities. This will position us to utilize the latest technologies that will enhance our ability to continue to protect and serve our growing city. Public Works, Parks and Recreation, Planning and Community Development, our Buildings Department, Animal Services, and all the divisions within each of these departments continue to work hard to meet the needs and expectations of our residents. Though we are a large organization, we are still a lean organization when compared with other cities on a per capita basis. We are able to accomplish all that we do because of the example and expectations set by our department heads, this council, and the dedication to service of those that our department heads supervise. We have a senior center that I believe has no equal in the state of Arkansas, and that's not because they're in a perfect facility, but because the staff and volunteers make it special for the seniors that attend. Our citizens can also access a premier public library and an award-winning museum. Both serve our community and region well. Finally, I couldn't ask for a more efficient and supportive administrative team. They help our residents daily, getting them to the proper person or finding answers to their questions or concerns. I'm also privileged to get to work daily with other dedicated elected officials, Judge Jeff Harper, City Attorney Ernest Cate, and City Clerk Denise Pierce. Without them and the staffs they have assembled, we simply couldn't function as a city. At this point, it's appropriate for me to recognize and thank this council publicly for your support of our great employees during our most recent budget process. You had to deal with some difficult choices and concerns, and I know I can speak for all of our employees when I thank you for your confidence in the work we do. We've experienced some exciting times in our city over the last few years, and the excitement is not only going to continue, but increase as more and more announcements of great things coming to Springdale are expected this year. Thanks to the strong support of the voters of Springdale, each ballot question considered in last year's bond election passed by an amazing average of 85%. That's almost unheard of. As a result, we now have several projects at various stages of design or construction, and I want to update everyone on what is going on so far. I'll start with parks. The final design of Shaw Family Park is due in a matter of days. The large-scale development was approved by our Planning Commission earlier this month. At almost 120 acres, this will be our second largest park behind J.B. Hunt. I should mention again the $500,000 donation by the Shaw family that is helping to make this large park a reality. Design will soon begin on the improvements to Randall Tyson Sports Complex, as you dealt with tonight in our Parks and Rec Committee recommendation. Thanks again to the Tyson family for generously donating a large portion of the park to the city that we didn't already own. And now that the city owns the land, we are free to use bond money to go toward those needed improvements. $1.9 million of bond money was used toward the purchase of the former Next Level building on Cambridge Street. Late last year, the council unanimously approved the sale of our 1960 Youth Center in Murphy Park, along with the purchase of the Next Level building to become our new rec center. This is an exciting opportunity for which the short term will present its share of challenges. But over time, this move will prove to have been an excellent investment for the future recreational needs of our fast-growing city. We also continue to use park bond money to make various improvements to existing parks. For example, we're now in the process of installation of field lighting at Bobby Hopper Park and security cameras at both Murphy and CL and Willie George parks. And while this council has not yet committed money to it, the Luther George Park improvements are currently under design. The design is being funded by a Walton Family Foundation Design Excellence Grant through our Downtown Springdale Alliance. This has the potential to be a transformational project for the revitalization of our downtown. And while I've made it clear that private money will be an important factor in construction of the improvements, it's also important that the city is in a position to make a significant contribution of available park bond money toward construction. The design firm will be back for another round of public meetings next month. We'll make sure you know when those are and hope you can attend. Moving on to our criminal justice bond update, the design team is working closely with the construction manager and city staff to finalize the design. The design was also paid for by a Design Excellence Grant, saving our taxpayers well over $3 million. We should have completed construction documents by the middle of next month. Phase 1 of the project will consist of the new police building, including dispatch and IT department, new courtroom and court offices, and new city attorney offices. Phase 1 should be completed by May of 2020. Phase 2, which is the complete remodel of our existing city hall, will then begin and should be completed by June of 2021. Design of our new animal shelter is nearing completion. The new shelter will be located just east of Highway 265 on the south side of Don Tyson Parkway. Construction should start this summer and take about a year to complete. I actually just saw the elevations today, and it's going to be a beautiful facility. It'll be a facility we can all be proud of. And it'll be a facility that will serve our residents for many years to come. We also believe with this more visible and accessible location, every aspect of animal services will be improved, from increased adoptions and awareness to more timely responses from animal control. Now turning to an update on our new fire stations. I hope you've been by there, but Station 7, the construction is ahead of schedule and should be completed in just a few months. And if you haven't driven by on Harbor Avenue lately, it's going to be a great looking station and provide a much needed coverage for a fast growing area of Springdale. Station 8 will be located on the corner of Huntsville Avenue and Conair Drive. It will be the same basic design as Stations 2, 3, and 7, which is under construction now, as I just mentioned. The property for this station was donated to the city by the Springdale Public Facilities Board. Construction should begin late spring or early summer of this year, so really within a few months. We should be bringing forward design and construction management contracts for Station 9 probably within the next year. Station 9 will be located on the corner of Ball Road and Carey Smith in the northwest corner of Shaw Family Park. Planning for the additions to our training facility on Turnbow Avenue should follow shortly after Station 9 begins. Road projects, several road projects are in various stages of design or construction. Our first project was completed last year. That was the overlay and restriping of Huntsville Avenue, Elm Springs Road from Thompson to I-49. Also included in that project was the overlay of a portion of Johnson Avenue and Lakeview Drive. This first project came in well under engineering estimates. Another project that is about to begin construction will be the extension of Jean George Boulevard from Blue Avenue north to Elm Springs Road. Notice to proceed was issued January 14th. Utility relocation is ongoing and road construction should begin very soon. I'm going to say too, I didn't write this down, but I want to remind everyone and our folks, our residents, that this project also includes improvements to Elm Springs Road from Shady Grove Road out to where 56 will intersect. Utility relocation has begun. Yeah, bids for this project also came in almost $1 million below preliminary estimates. One other road project already under construction is Watkins Avenue from Arvest Ballpark west to 64th Street. We're partnering with Northwest Arkansas Community College on those improvements as they continue the construction of their new Washington County Center. Other road projects currently under design are the extension of 48th Street from the Walmart Supercenter north to Bob Mills Road, the extension of Ford Avenue from Ford Avenue to Butterfield Coach Road, 40th Street from Falcon north to the new Arkansas Game and Fish Education Center, which is just begun construction, 64th Street from Deering north to Sunset, the extension of Maple Avenue from Holcomb to Park Street, the portions of Ball Road and County Line Road bordering Shaw Family Park, and then one that a lot of people ask about, and I'm glad to give an update, Pump Station Bridge at Spring Creek. That is a project that is on our highway system. Our RDOT controls that project, but their design is complete, and they have released us to begin acquiring right-of-way and moving utilities. Just so folks know, everybody knows that will be a two-lane bridge. It was a one-lane previously. It'll be a two-lane bridge. The grade on it is probably going to raise about 4 feet, so there will be some longer approaches to the bridge, but we need to do that for flooding issues. It'll be a great improvement, and it will also include a trail crossing for the greenway underneath. So that grade crossing of the greenway will go away, and folks will be able to go underneath the new bridge. So that'll be a great improvement. I don't have a timeline on how long it's going to take to build, but at least it's designed, and we know what it's going to be, and we're acquiring right-of-way. So, according to estimates, the projects I've just mentioned, and by the way, even though that we're going to pay, we may be paying for that bridge out of our bond money initially, most of that will be reimbursed as the federal money comes back to us. Okay. Now, besides everything else going on, I was going to say, according to estimates, the projects I've just mentioned will use just over half of our road bond money. So after a few more of these projects are bid, we can begin to prioritize the next round of road projects. Now, besides everything else going on, our downtown revitalization continues to hit on all cylinders and is even gaining speed. There are a lot of things being planned that I can't talk about yet, but I can say that we expect many important announcements related to downtown this year, the next announcement coming in a matter of weeks possibly. Projects being talked about will keep bringing more jobs, residents, and visitors to our downtown. And while talking about downtown, I do need to mention the great work of our Downtown Springdale Alliance, and look forward to working with new Executive Director Jill Dabbs as she works with her board and downtown businesses and residents as our downtown moves to the next level. I also have to give kudos to our Chamber of Commerce, and I had this written down. I'm not doing it just because I saw Perry walk in. Not only have they been a great partner to our Downtown Springdale Alliance in promoting downtown, but they continue to work effectively to promote all of Springdale. They also played a major role as the governor was designating opportunity zones across the state. I'll not go into great detail here, but with the designation of 4 opportunity zones, Springdale has more of these zones than any other city in Arkansas besides Little Rock, which also received 4. The really exciting part of this news is that with 4 contiguous zones, our entire downtown is within an opportunity zone. We're already seeing that this will greatly encourage more investment, and it will be coming more quickly than we otherwise would have seen. So we're looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to the coming announcements in our overlay district. As mentioned earlier, the Northwest Arkansas Community College Washington County Center will be completed this year. Further development near Arkansas Children's Northwest and the Highlands Oncology facility that is under construction will bring many more development opportunities to the area. High-quality multifamily also now under construction, will help provide much-needed options for people hoping to locate in that exciting area. While I've talked about downtown and the overlay district, those aren't the only growing areas of Springdale. Mercy's new medical facility at Elm Springs Road and I-49 will also spur continued development around that interchange. Really, all along the I-49 corridor, also Highway 71B, and as well as 265, and also along our east-west corridors. Pretty much all over Springdale, development is happening. This year, we will also be preparing for the 2020 census. We'll be meeting in a couple of weeks to begin forming our complete count committee. We're going to need help making sure everyone in Springdale participates and is counted next year. Our residents need to understand the importance of getting everyone counted. State turnback funds that help us build and maintain our city streets are directly tied to our population. Everyone here uses our city services, regardless of who they are, or how or when they came here. We all drive on our roads, and no matter who calls for emergency services, we respond. The level of effectiveness with which we can provide many of these essential services to all residents rely on this per capita funding that comes back to our city. We need everyone to participate. We're cheating ourselves and our fellow residents when we choose not to be counted. If any of our residents have an interest in serving on our complete count committee, please call my office and we'll get you connected. I've probably gone long enough. I can imagine some of your eyes glazing over as I'm writing this, and I really could, and I'm not even going to look at you. These State of the City addresses are much more difficult to give when we've got so much going on, because it's difficult to choose what to leave out. But that's a great problem for a city to have. We are blessed, and what I've shared with you tonight is really just the tip of the iceberg. But I hope I've been able to give you and our citizens some good information during the last few minutes. One more thank you to the citizens of Springdale as I began for allowing me to continue to serve as mayor. As always, I need to thank my wife of almost 42 years, Sandy, who's here. I don't think you've missed one. I was a little worried you were late getting here, but but we had enough wind on the council that it lasted a little longer, and we were able to. You were able to get here before I needed to start this. Also, I want to thank my family for their continued love and support. As you surely know, every one of you, elected positions like yours and mine can many times be more difficult on our families than on us. So I thank you, and I thank your families too. I'm also thankful for the great many friends and acquaintances, both old and new, from here and from around the state, who make life fun and meaningful. They also encourage me and pray for me, and it's important for you all to know they pray for this city too. Most of all, I thank God for his many blessings, for giving me a purpose and for loving me unconditionally. He knows that's the only way I can be loved. But no matter whom you are, he loves you that way too. And with that, I'm going to say, God bless each of you, and may God continue to bless the people and the city of Springdale. Thank you.